Hello and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about something that Todd Friel is teaching, and he seems to be working for evil people from a distant planet and trying to fill us with otherworldly false teachings. Let's check it out. Okay, so Todd Friel is a church pastor with a YouTube channel and a radio broadcast network called Wretched, and he is also part of a institute called Fortis, and he has 629,000 subscribers, aka followers. So in this video is where I found out what he really was.
Ooh, you smell that odor. It's the scent of bad theology, and it's wafting from...
Okay, so we got something here.
Hey, if you have sex before marriage, you're damaged goods. That is anything but Christian.
Okay, so he's making fun of the Bible. Let's see.
Remember, if you had sex before marriage, there's no condemnation for you. You're not damaged goods. You're a beloved of God in Christ, not a second-class Christian who needs to feel shame for the rest of their lives because there is no condemnation for you in...
Cherry picking. So, Romans 8:1 says that, but this year is chapter 18 of Ezekiel, and it says the soul that sins shall die. So Todd Friel is saying that if you said with your mouth the sinner's prayer, and if you committed fornication before marriage, you're still not condemned for that. That's what he claims, because he teaches once saved, always saved. But Ezekiel 18 goes against once saved, always saved. Here is something that really contradicts once saved, always saved. Ezekiel 18:24. But when the righteous turns away from their righteousness and commit iniquity, and they do according to all the abominations that the wicked man do, shall they live? All his righteousness that he has done before shall not be mentioned. In his trespass that he has trespassed, and in his sin that he has sinned, in them shall he die. Yet you say, the way of the Lord is not equal. Hear now, O house of Israel. Is not my way equal? Are not your ways unequal? When a righteous man turns away from his righteousness and commits iniquity and dies in them, for his iniquity that he has done, he shall die. Which means if you're righteous, but you turn away from that righteousness and you commit evil, then you will be destroyed in the fire in the afterlife. And your previous righteous works will not be mentioned. So what Todd Friel says here is false. It's a dangerous heresy. And he's actually gone even farther, and he implies that, oh, all you have to do is just say is this thing with your mouth, and then after that you can go do whatever you want. That's basically what he implies. Okay, so I showed you that. Now I'll show you another thing that Todd Friel says. So, he's talking about a book called The Power of Positive Thinking. Now, let's see what this Todd Friel has to say about this. And we've already seen that he is a false teacher. Todd Friel's already a false teacher. You've seen that because he teaches once saved, always saved, which is a dangerous heresy. Now, let's see what he says here, though.
The Power of Positive Thinking by one Dutch Reformed Norman Vincent Peale, known as God's salesman. There isn't a pagan on the planet who can endorse Peale's mind over matter.
Yeah. Todd Friel is of the planet, the evil planet, the one distant evil planet. Yeah. No, you are Todd Friel. You are the queen of the planet.
Philosophy. Think Robert Schuller. Robert Schuller loved Norman Vincent Peale. This book has launched 1,000 other lousy books and paved the way, really, for the prosperity gospel. While read by countless Christians, it is a sub-Christian book and totally void of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Listen to this law-drenched quote. You think these books are nice? They're not. Quote, "The way to happiness, keep your heart free from hate." It's a law. "Your mind from worry." Law. "Live simply." Law. "Expect little, give much." Law, law, law. "Fill your life with love. Scatter sunshine. Forget self. Think of others. Do as you would be done by. Try this for a week, and you'll be surprised. No, you'll be exhausted, because that is all law.
Okay, so remember, do as you would be done by. Okay, does that sound any familiar? Matthew 7:12, the golden rule. "Therefore all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you, do you also to them, for this is the law and the prophets." So, these are Jesus' words, the golden rule. And Todd Friel is going against that, because do as you would be done by is another way to say do unto others as you would have them do unto you, which is the golden rule and is Jesus' teaching. So Todd Friel is basically against the golden rule. And yeah, he calls it law. And yes, they are laws. They're Jesus tells us to obey them. So yeah, they're commands, they're laws, they're Jesus' commands. Jesus tells us to obey them. The golden rule. Yeah. It's in Luke 2, I think. Luke 6:31. "And as you would that men should do to you, do you also to them likewise." Yep, the golden rule is Jesus' commandment. So yep, Todd Friel is basically against Jesus' commands. And we got some other stuff here that Peale says, like, keep your heart free from hate. That's what Jesus says. And keep your mind from worry. And Jesus says that you should not worry. Live simply, expect little, give much. Fill your life with love, scatter sunshine, forget yourself, think of others. And Jesus says to forget about yourself and carry a cross. And do as you would be done by, the golden rule. But Todd Friel says these things are exhausting. He's discouraging people from following them, because he's a false teacher, and he teaches a lot of good stuff in his other videos, but that's his plan. He plans to have people trust him because he teaches good stuff, and then they won't question it when he teaches the bad stuff. That's how he operates, and that's how the wolves in sheep's clothing operate, and that's his plan. That he wants to deceive people, and that's his sly, sneaky way of doing it. Yeah, he has some good videos, but I dislike this one because and I'm thinking maybe he's just trying to hide himself, and that's why that's why he's teaching this stuff in this video, all about this, and he has no proof for what he's saying in this video that I'm hovering over. I don't know what all this is about, but yeah, the thing they need to know about. Oh yeah, they need to know about him because he's from the UFO. Yeah, sure. He is actually the one from the UFO, and he must be trying to hide himself. That's why he made this video, just to protect himself. Yeah, he's the alien too. Yeah. And he's trying to invade us by deception, basically. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I don't like this video. I really don't like that video either. I'm hovering over. And yeah. And he teaches all these things. He even teaches against CCM. Like contemporary Christian music, and he also teaches against the flat earth, which I find it kind of ironic he made this video if he teaches against the flat earth, because but I'm pretty sure he just made this video just to hide himself, basically, just to protect himself, just to cover up himself, basically. And okay, so, and he's against Jordan Peterson for for not being I don't know, for not being a, I don't know, theologian, or I have no idea what this is. Yeah, I've seen that. He's against Jordan Peterson. Probably he's just angry at him because he's not part of Todd Friel's group, you know. So yeah, some of his videos have pretty good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, true. The bloody history of the Catholic Church. Yeah, you can see that in the Martyr's Mirror. But all his good stuff is just part of his plan to. The true stuff he teaches is just part of his plan to deceive people. Yeah, it's just part of it. It's a they're getting their confidence. That's basically what he's trying to do. So here's another video where one of his false teaching is in. Let's have a look at it.
Catholic. What is the good news of the gospel?
It's supposed to be the golden rule, like love thy neighbor as thyself.
Okay. Yeah, let me suggest to you that isn't good news.
It's not. He's saying it's not good news. Well, the golden rule is actually an indicator. If you follow the golden rule, that's actually like an indicator of your salvation.
Basically, what that law says is you need to love everybody here as much as you possibly can all the time.
Jesus commanded that too.
It's so exhausting. You know,
It would be
Showing
exhausting.
people respect. Oh my God, who has the time for that?
No, I'm talking about loving them as much as you love yourself. I love myself a ton. All right? That means I'd have to love everybody as much as I love me.
Yeah, Jesus commanded that too.
Yeah, and I love you.
Jesus commanded that to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Yeah.
You too, but it's not that hard. Like I love you.
Here's another verse. So there's multiple parts in the Bible. It said, "Love thy neighbor as thyself." Okay, and he answered and said, "Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy strength, with all thy might. Love thy neighbor as they love yourself." And so this was the lawyer answering to Jesus' question. And Jesus said, "Thou hast answered right. Do this, and you shall live." So Jesus commands us to do this. But here Todd Friel is going against the golden rule again.
I love you. I love people here, but it's just not that hard of a thing to do.
Well, having an attitude that is amicable is not the same as loving and serving somebody.
No, I understand that, but basically what I'm trying to say is I understand we have differing opinions. I understand that, but I still respect you. I still love you.
Me too. But what I was responding to is your definition of good news was actually a law. The law is not good news. The law for us is very bad news.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Todd Friel just said that the golden rule is bad news, basically, because he called the golden rule the law. And then he calls it bad news. Very, very a false teacher. He is a false teacher, Todd Friel. Yep, Todd Friel is a false teacher. So yeah, he's basically a wolf in sheep's clothing. And yeah, it was kind of hard to believe when I saw this at first. He really contradicted the Bible directly. But since he has all this good stuff in his other videos, people trust him, and then they subscribe to him, and then they look at his other videos, and then they'll get poisoned because it's all part of his plan. He plans to poison people that way. That's the way the wolves in sheep's clothing work. They plan all this, yeah. They plan their deception strategy. So yep, this is what I wanted to show you. Thanks for watching.